Hold
If you were
on.
here, I was getting worried.
7149. Boom.
Good.
It worked.
Ooh, I was nervous because it said here minutes ago.
Yeah. Oh man.
How are you tonight?
Say that again.
How are you tonight?
Always good, man.
Oh, good. That's the way to be.
Trying my best to be good.
Well, when I'm 82, every day is good.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Once they all blend in, you look back and you say they're good, huh?
Well, the only one that counts is today. Really,
You do what?
the only one that counts is today.
The one that matters most, I guess. It's the one that you got in your hands. Yeah, man. So having a good one. Um, Headed back to your room, cutting it a
Actually, I'm
night
heading
short.
to another casino.
Oh, you got to go grab some more money from somewhere else. Okay.
Well, or give some up.
I mean, well, why are you giving it away, Mr. Edward?
I'm not intending to.
Oh, I mean, you said you did it here, and then you plan on
No,
possibly
no,
going
no, no.
somewhere else.
I just had dinner up here. We had
Oh,
a
got you, got
group of
you.
guys. We've been coming here for years. Bunch
Nice.
of old 80-year-olds. Steakhouse.
80 years, man, huh?
82.
82. That's the year I was born.
Wow. I was born at 42.
42. We're 40 years apart.
That's fast. By the way, the next 40 years are going to go fast for you. I can tell you that.
You think so?
They go faster and faster.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's a true statement. I'm okay with that.
And the only thing that really counts is what you're doing, when you're doing it, who you're doing it with.
That's true, man.
Simple stuff in life that you learn.
I,
Nothing
li-
else is important.
I like that. I like all
Hey,
of that.
there's another thing. Don't sweat the small shit. And it's
Don't
all
sweat this,
small shit.
and it's all small. Let me move it back. I'm sorry.
That's a piece of advice.
You said don't sweat the small stuff.
Don't sweat the small shit, and it's all small shit.
It's all small.
Yeah,
I agree.
but we exaggerate it. We build it up.
Man, I can tell that you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, to some extent. Yeah.
Yeah, man, you learned something in 80 years, man. 80 plus years.
I learned a lot of this from my mother.
Yeah, so somebody
Who
figured it
said,
out and
"Look,
gave it to you, right?
do what you can do when you can do it. That's the only. Don't wait.
Don't wait.
Don't wait. Enjoy what you can enjoy when you enjoy it." Here's another piece of advice.
Talk to me.
As my mother would say, don't do much of anything, but do some of everything.
Okay,
Don't deprive yourself of beer or booze or women or whatever, but don't do too much of any of them.
that's a way to live a life right there, huh?
Yeah, just enjoy it, do it
You'll
all,
have a good report of that life, huh?
and
Just
don't overdo it.
don't overdo it.
Yeah. So work your mind. Don't work too much. Don't play too much.
Yep.
Now I'm going to violate that tonight because I was gambling in a casino, and then I came to dinner with a bunch of guys I've been dealing with for years, and
Mm-hmm.
then I'm going back to a casino. I'm from out of town.
Yeah, man.
We come here once a year.
I love the wisdom you're giving, man. Party some, work hard,
Yeah.
play some, you know.
Play some, work some,
Yeah,
and don't deprive. If you have a meal, don't say, "Oh, I'm gonna too many cholesterols or something."
that's what I'm doing,
Eat
man.
the stuff.
That's what I'm doing.
Well, you got actually. I like your thing because you're not working for the man. You're doing your thing on your time.
Yeah, I am. I'm doing my best,
I
man.
was unfortunately working for the man for a lot of years.
Yeah, what kind of work did you
Well,
do?
I was. I mean, I really did. I was computers from the early 1960s, and
Oh wow.
then managing stuff, and then traveling internationally and doing stuff. So I was sort of working for the man, but I was doing it on my terms.
Okay.
But you decide when you're going to work, right?
Yeah, with
That's
this,
it,
sure.
and when you're going to stop.
I mean, I kind of decide when I'm going to work. I know that I'm going to work, so there's kind
I'm
of
saying
no
so.
decision.
So if you decide you want to increase your income, you just work more hours.
Yeah, but that's not a real way to increase
No,
your
it's
income.
not. But if you need some extra money one week, you can say, "Oh, I'll just work another 5 hours."
This is true. This is true.
If you're working for the man, you can't get more money by doing that because he said, "I'm paying you
What I'm
60
paying you.
60,000 a year. That's it."
That's it. This is what you get.
So,
Commission based for me, I guess.
and you're paid for your time.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's good. I tell you the truth. Ever since Ubers and stuff come along, I'm impressed with the people that do it
Yeah.
because it didn't exist at my time.
This is a true statement.
You know, even the yellow cab drivers in New York City, they were working for the man.
Yeah. But no, they could make whatever they wanted to
No,
make.
but back then they had a shift. They had to rent their cab and all that kind of stuff from him, and
Oh, they
they
probably just took home their tips, huh?
well, they had to pay up. I don't know what their economics were, but they had to pay up to him. He had all their records. He knew when they
Yeah, the
worked.
guy with the
The guy that
medallions.
owned the medallion, yeah.
The medallion. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the guy with the medallion found out that he had paid him 150,000 or 250,000 for the medallion, and suddenly they weren't worth anything because Uber came along
At some point, yeah.
and he lost his money.
They had good years. Don't
Oh no, they
don't
made
count them
money.
out.
No,
Don't.
it
They
was
had
great.
some really good years.
Do you been to New York?
Yes.
Because in the 1950s and 60s, when I was first going there, 9 out of every 10 cars in Manhattan was
Mm-hmm.
yellow.
Mm.
Now, 1 out of every 10 is yellow, and they call these the black cars.
Things are changing, man. And they always will.
They always have, and
They'll move forward
they
too. They'll
have
be
to.
like
They
one
have
day
to.
I'll tell stories, the same stories you're telling. I'll tell those stories
So
to a
you're
whole nother
42
group of
years
people.
old, right? That's what I'm
42.
getting. So okay.
Yeah, man,
So
40
let's
years
see.
apart.
See, I got a daughter that's 52.
52.
So
Yeah, we'll tell these same stories, man. It'll
yeah,
sound similar, but the words will be a slightly different, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
All
Mine
right.
was the wagon train.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. In the you're 82 now, sir. You've seen a lot of different things, right?
Yeah,
You saw 40 years that I did not see.
right.
In this technology thing moving in its trajectory, right? Now with the and because you worked in computers, I know that I know a
I
lot
was in the
about
computers in the early days.
early days.
Yeah.
So, but you so that's this
No, it's not
actually
like the
makes you
iPhone. We could never imagine the iPhone.
got you. So this actually makes you more the right person to ask this question to. So in the trajectory of where you see computers going, because you've seen it of what the first ideas of it can do. What do you suspect I will see in the next 40 years in possibility? Because I'm
Well,
sure
first
some
thing
of
there'll
this
be
is blown.
driverless cars.
Oh yeah, that's happening.
So I mean, that's not going to be in 40 years. Um,
40 years, I would agree that yes, there will be cars
and people will be working just as hard
just as hard.
because what happened is they said, "Oh, with the computers, people won't work hard." Then we found out that with email and text, we were working 20 hours a day. So they were wrong.
Still,
You know, back in the 50s, you went home at 5 o'clock and there was nobody could contact you. Now they can contact you anytime. So it's like,
oh, so you saying we're actually working harder
yeah, no question.
with less to do?
Yeah, and the quality goes down because the people went home to the dinner at 5 o'clock, and with their
Mm,
family and everything. Now they go home and they get an email from their boss, a
you're right.
text from their boss.
You're right. You're right.
So then they can do work at home. We couldn't do work at home.
This is true. So people will work just as
But
hard.
I think that what's going to happen is that, I mean, it happened in the pandemic that people could work remotely.
Yeah.
They didn't have to go into the office. And people say, "Oh my God, what are we going to do?" So then we said, "Well, we got to go to the grocery store." No, we can get it from Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty soon, huh? We don't have to do any of this stuff.
Yeah,
But somehow they're gonna make us work as hard.
they are. Because now people work at Amazon.
Yeah, the trucks, the drivers of
Not just the
Amazon.
drivers, the people
Yeah,
packing
all
those
the packing, the
boxes.
things. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
people packing those boxes.
just
Relaxing.
enjoy what you're doing that day is what I say, and take
That's
it
what
as
I
it comes.
and I if that is the advice that you are given, then that is the message that I've
Yeah,
had for a little while now.
yeah.
and it's worked for me. So
Right.
to know that that
And if
idea still goes
yeah,
forward, I feel like I'm in good
and
hands.
if you hate your day, do something else.
Try that, huh?
I'm saying, if you get up and you think, "Oh my God, I dread today. I can't
Do
stand
something
today,"
else.
then do something else
Do
because
something
that's
else.
all you. That's all you have is today.
Right. You only get a certain amount of them.
Yeah.
Spend most of them having a, like I always tell people, because as you can imagine, man, I've spoken to, I say 70,000 groups of people, man. So many stories I've heard, so many people, so many, very wise like yourself, and then very idiotic like whomever else, right? There are all kinds of people, if you can imagine. And I try to tell people, you know, if you get up today and you did a good job, like trust God, do a good job. That's it. Trust God, do a good job. If you did a good job today, and then you did a good job tomorrow, and then you didn't do a good job on the third day, then you would dwell on the third day
Forget
for the next 50 days.
tomorrow's the only day.
But
And
the
then
truth
yeah,
of the matter
yeah,
is that if you just got up the next day and did a good job,
yeah.
then that bad day wouldn't matter as much.
Do you
You
have
could just
kids?
two.
Okay.
They
Now
are.
here's the real advice.
Here we go.
That's really all that counts.
Yeah, that's it right
When
there.
you think of it, right there.
Yeah.
That's what you've done for the world. To me, that's the one that counts.
Give something back to it,
Yeah.
huh?
Pay it forward, but make sure your kids you raise kids that can do stuff and that like you, that respect you.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Everything else,
Let's
you make
push.
$1 trillion or 100,000, it's the same thing.
It's just once again for me, it's pushing it's pushing the wind down the road.
Yep. How old are your kids?
My daughter is 20. My son is 15.
Okay.
My daughter will
Well,
be
I only have a
21 in
daughter.
2 months.
Yeah, but that's the key. That's the thing. What do they think of you? That's the big thing. And what do you do?
I'm their dad, man.
Yeah, I'm saying you're their dad, and that's the most important thing.
I'm their dad. I'm the one
Everything
that
else is
I was just saying that if you want to like get your kids trust, if you want to gain your kids trust, you have to get them to understand that sometimes things will hurt them, but it's still good for them,
right,
right?
right.
Because the hardest thing that, when they fall, you know, if you show that if it hurt them, if it hurt you, then it'll hurt them more. But if you don't show that this pain is not worth your
Yeah.
emotion, this pain is not worth your attention, trust me,
Yeah.
I know because I've lived through that type of pain. You can
And
make it through it too.
here's the big thing on that.
Yes, sir.
Kids, you can tell them stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll listen or maybe not.
Yeah.
But what they pay attention to is what you do,
Yeah.
not what you say.
Not what you say.
So they observe how you act,
Yeah.
and then years later, they'll be quoting you.
Yeah.
They'll be saying your words.
That's true.
But,
That's
but
right.
their job right now is to rebel against you, to fight for their own independence. But they know deep down
Their job is to find out if what
Yeah.
has been said is true and go and find out some
to
truths
push the envelope, to
for
push their
themselves.
bounds.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but what they learn from you is what you do, not what you say. Is if you say something and they're shrewd, they'll know if you did something different than what you told them to do,
That's
and they
that's
go,
right.
we'll watch what he does.
That's right. That's right.
So that's what I'd say. It's mostly
So if you wear it on your face and you wear it on your life, it'll
they'll know.
replicate
Yeah,
replicate itself.
kids are smart. They figure out what
They're
you're
just
doing.
as smart as you.
Well, their job is to figure what you're doing and psych you out. But that's what I think. But I see that all that stuff now. But I kind of lived that way anyway.
Yeah.
My father died when I was 11,
Really?
1953. He died.
Wow, man. How'd he pass?
Heart attack. Back then, that's what they didn't do much for heart attacks back then. But
Yeah.
still, we had 8 kids.
He had 8 kids.
But yeah,
So you got 7 brothers.
sisters, 7 sisters.
All you're the only boy.
Yeah, so I had a mother and 7 sisters.
Look at you. Where were you at in the middle of that?
Two younger.
2 younger than you.
Yeah.
You were number 5.
Right, and the only ones left are the one older than me and one younger than me.
Wow.
But
God
but
bless
the
him.
thing was, you grew up and that's your life.
Yeah, man. We all get one, right?
Yeah, you get one. And by the way, it's they talk about in plays they have a dress rehearsal.
Uh-huh.
This is not a dress rehearsal.
This
You
ain't,
don't get
baby.
to redo it.
There ain't no dress for her. Do what you want to do.
Yeah, this is all that counts.
Man, live today.
Yeah,
Get what
treat
you're supposed to
treat
get
people
from it.
good.
That's it. Ooh, treat people good is a good
Treat
one.
people good.
Treat people good.
Nobody's better than anybody else.
Nah. Everybody got
And
their own issues.
people can invent stupid stuff like, oh, we're going to reinvent genders. Okay, yeah, sure. They've been going on for a million years or a billion
That's
years,
been happening
and you're
for a
going to
while.
reinvent them. Okay, sure. I believe you.
Right.
But
That's the world. It's the world that never changes, huh?
I don't think human nature's changed much.
I
So
don't either, man. I tell people
you're,
all the stuff that we complain about has existed well
it always
before
did. Yeah, they talk
you were
about
ever around to complain about it, and somebody
global
else complained
warming.
about it.
Global warming. They had ice ages 11,000 AD BC or something. Okay.
It's always
But
happening again and again and
yeah,
again.
yeah, it just keeps turning.